To call the Willow Run Board of Education to order at, looks like 7:03. Our first order of business is the Pledge of Allegiance. And the board would like to invite everyone to stand and join the board in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And that takes us now to citizens' time. At this point, board, I'm not aware of anybody wishing to make comments to the board during citizens' time. Does any member of the board have a green sheet that's completed? Seeing none, then we will forge ahead. I'm also not aware of any considerations of additions or deletions of the agenda. Does any member of the board have something to bring? Seeing none, that takes us to
Any presentations tonight,
all right, very good. We'll move to approval of the consent agenda. And Trustee Vanderwerp, I wonder if you'd be kind enough to approve the consent agenda.
I move that the Willow Run Board of Education approve the consent agenda items, minutes from the regular board meeting of February 18, 2013, joint unified board meeting of February 25, 2013, the joint unified board meeting of February 28, 2013, and the regular board meeting of March 4, 2013. The FMLA for Ricky Hughes for food service driver with a return date of April 25, 2013. The leave of absence for Gillette Wright, custodian, with an expiration date of June 30, 2013. Resignation of Robert Williams, teacher, effective March 23, 2013, and the disposal of equipment per the attached list.
Thank you very much, Trustee Vanderwerp. Is there support for that motion?
Support.
Motion's been properly made by Trustee Vanderwerp, supported by Trustee Myers, that the Willow Run Board of Education approve the consent agenda items, minutes from the regular board meeting of February 18, 2013, joint unified board meetings of February 25th, 2013, the joint unified board meeting of February 28th, 2013, and the regular board meeting of March 4th, 2013. The FMLA for Ricky Hughes, food service driver with a return date of April 25th, 2013. Leave of absence for Gillette Wright, custodian with an expiration date of June 30th, 2013. Resignation of Robert Williams, teacher, effective March 23rd, 2013, and the disposal of the equipment per the attached list. All those in support of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, say nay. And that motion carries unanimously. Thank you, by the way, for the detailed list of equipment being disposed of. I appreciated the opportunity to kind of see what was on its way out.
Yeah, you're welcome. That actually, it's like it said in the background, it's either damaged, non-working, or just plain out of date. But with the, it'll be placed in storage until recycling at the U of M. It's free and secure until that time.
Well, thank you for having a plan, also for getting rid of it. Too often, it's so easy to just put that stuff someplace and accumulate it, and then we have to deal with it in a less than desirable manner. So I appreciate your greenness. It takes us now to approval of layoffs, and Trustee Ragland, I wonder if you'd be kind enough to move that one.
Yes, sir.
No problem.
I move that the Willow Run Board of Education approve the employees in the bargaining unit represented by AFSCME, AFSCME, Local 3451, and the Willow Run Management Support Unit be laid off effective June 30th, 2013, and that the superintendent of schools or her designee provide appropriate written notice of layoff.
Thank you, Trustee Ragland. Is there support for the motion?
Support.
Is there any questions on this motion?
I just wanted to mention that the 3451 is maintenance and custodial, and then the management support is administrative assistants and clerk secretary. So also, like we mentioned the first time, it was so that the board would have consideration for the layoffs and non-renewals and non-extensions of contracts because of the consolidation. And now this is the actual approval following contract language.
Thank you very much, and just in case, I want to make it clear that this is an artifact of the construct of closing down the district, and in absolutely no way is a reflection on the value of these people as employees. And it's certainly our hope that as everyone in the district, from superintendents and Board of Education on down, that they were all considering reapplying for their jobs and will consider being a part of the new district. With that, I believe it is, it's been properly moved by Trustee Ragland, supported by Trustee Vanderwerf, that the Willow Run Board of Education approve that the employees in the bargaining unit represented by AFS-CME Local 3451 and the Willow Run Management Support Unit be laid off effective June 30, 2013, and that the superintendent of schools or her designee provide appropriate written notice of layoff. It is a roll call vote.
Okay. President Bates?
Yes?
Trustee Hawkins?
Yes.
I vote yes. Trustee Ragland?
Yes.
Trustee Sheila Edwards?
Aye.
Trustee Vanderwall?
Yes.
And the motion carries unanimously. It takes us now to the next motion, another layoff notice, I believe, yes. And Trustee Hawkins, I wonder if you might be kind enough to move that one.
Yes. I move that the Willow Run Board of Education adopt the attached resolution to lay off administrators effective June 30th, 2013.
Is there support for that motion?
Support.
Any board questions or comments on this motion? And I'll just make the same comment that we made the last time applies again. There's absolutely no reflection on the administrators as an artifact of the process of closing down the district. And as was said before, we appreciate the service of all of these individuals and hope that they're considering applying to the new district. With that, it is a motion's been properly made by Trustee Hawkins and supported by Trustee Sheila Edwards that the Willow Run Board of Education adopt the attached resolution to lay off administrators effective June 30, 2013. It is a roll call vote. Mr. Myers?
President Bates?
Yes?
Trustee Hawkins?
Yes.
I vote yes. Trustee Ragland?
Yes.
Trustee Sheila Edwards?
Aye.
Trustee Vanderwall?
Yes.
And I believe that concludes the action items on this evening's agenda. And takes us now, do we have a curriculum matter this evening? Business Administrative Services also?
No.
Takes us to superintendent comments.
A couple comments, robotics competition. I always get my information from Mr. Wiley, so they are going to be in Grand Blanc on Friday and Saturday, all day on both days, and then next week they will be in Livonia, and they'll be somewhere else next week. I said, that's okay, let me just keep those two because we'll have another board meeting, we'll make sure we keep fresh with the updates of where they're going to be. And then the second comment, I say it over and over, I'm just gonna say it again. I wanna thank the staff for always putting the kids first. All of these non-renewals and layoffs, they're not easy, even though it is an artifact of the consolidation. So again, just thank you staff for always putting our kids first. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Superintendent Siski. Any board comments? A quick question, Mr. Wiley. I know that sometimes those robotics matches are posted up on the internet. Will these?
As far as I know, they should be. The last couple of weeks have all been the simplest. If you go to YcsWrcs.org, and then from there you can find First in Michigan, and that should have a link. There's one team that normally posts it, and that's Code Red Robotics. So you Google search for any of those, you should be able to find it. And I think 470 off Omega is competing this weekend also. I'm not sure where.
Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate that update. We'll look forward to hearing good news on their performance. All right. Any other board comments? Seeing none, then this regular meeting of the Willow Run Board of Education is adjourned. Thank you, Mrs. Siski. Board, does anybody want a short recess or?